Hello, Kingsman. Welcome back to the battlefield. Today we have another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. This is going to be a 3v3, or no, it's a 4v4. I don't know why I said 3v3. This one was sent in by Anderson, and it is a corps battle. You can see it is the Russian, Austrian, Saxon corps taking on the French. Obviously, I'm still in the deployment phase. I'm trying something new, guys. I'm trying, gonna timestamp stuff. So I'm going to try to go through the comps while it's starting. It may start before I get there, but let's take a look at the Saxons first. So we have some musketeers, and for those of you who do not know, Saxony is definitely more of a cav heavy, very dominant faction. They have really good cav, the cuirassiers, carbineers, chevaliers, and more Prince Clement and Prince Johann. So some very good cav here. We have Austria or Prussia sitting here with some hussars, 2 hussars, some grenadiers looks like, and then some line infantry. A good mix of squarables and non-squarables here, musketeers along the lines, and some more grenadiers. They do have some looks like some skirmishers and possibly some sappers or like such. No, some fusiliers. And then, of course, they have some cuirassiers, their general, and then some dragoons and more cuirassiers. So, other Prussia, because there's 2 of them. But the other Prussia is bringing, looks like a good mix. A lot more infantry, of course. They're bringing some more heavies. 2 cuirassiers, so very heavy on the heavy cav. A lot. They've got some grenadiers like thrown in the mix. There's a combat gen back there. 6-pounder, 2 6-pounders. And then we have Russia. Now, Russia has some huge artillery pieces. They have 7 guns of a howitzer and 6 guns of 12-pounders. So very dominant. They're going to definitely have to protect that with their cav. They have some dragoons right there. Looks like they have some musketeers. They're forming up here. More musketeers, combat gens spackled in there. Maybe 2 combat gens. Yeah, I think one of them is a guard. Their gen, let's see, some dragoons. So they're bringing just dragoons. Maybe that's all they can bring. And, yeah, guys, I guess we will just skip ahead to when the battle starts. Alright, guys, we are back as the coalition is ordering their men to march out. Now, if you saw the deployment zones, which I totally didn't cover and I meant to, there is one deployment zone right in this area. Is this Eylau? Oh my gosh, this is why I can't click on the mini-map, because it just teleports you to places unknown. So yeah, this is Eylau. Yet again. You've seen this map actually quite a bit. One of the French armies starts right here in the town, and that is Michael Ney. I don't think it's Michael, actually. I think it's like Mikhail or something like that. One of you buffs is going to correct me. Please do. We have Lons the Brave. Always brave. Seen him brave to death. Hope that will happen today. Ajuro and Davout. So some really good, well-known generals in this battle on the French side. Unfortunately, we cannot see what armies they're bringing yet. But what happened here? Oh, come on. No. What the heck happened? Oh, that is disaster. Did the French, like, fire some guns and kill them? Or did the howitzers actually friendly fire? Well, hopefully they'll come back. They're just broken. They're just a little tired, so fingers crossed they come back. Now, you can see already that Saxony is going to be advancing here on the left. Russia's pushing up on the right. I have never seen the coalition win this map. So I'm hopeful the coalition can win this map. Their allies are way behind, so Prussia is very far behind, and they're so slow moving that it is tough. Saxony's probably not going to do well with their infantry either. Like I said, their infantry is not the good part of their, comp. Which, speaking of comps in armies and knowing that all, I'm going to be making a video. I promise. I've been working on a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry, but we're making a video. The next in like an NTW3 guide type thing. So I can see artillery sitting here. We have a 4-pounder and another one in this This is kind of like one of those no-brainer spots that you have to focus your artillery in. I mean, it's got the perfect vantage point. I mean, look at this. There's a building on this side of church. You know, you're in a graveyard. There's a fence right here. This, I believe, is like snow, so it slows troops down as they get closer to you. Another one right here, so no-brainer. Now, I don't know where the artillery is shooting. Looks like they're actually shooting over here at the musketeers. I really hope those 12 pounders come back for Russia's fault, like Russia's sake, because that is terrible, terrible bad luck. That's awful bad luck. So Russia, you know, they're not pushing up too much over here yet. Prussia maybe will show up. They always focus right here, and France always pops out of the town and repels them. I'm really hopeful that that does not happen today. I really want to see. I really want to see a coalition win here. But there are some French cav that are kind of scouting out here, some chasseurs cheval. Kind of, you know, running back as there's dragoons here. Like I said, Russia is going to be tough because all they have is dragoons. So they are not going to be, they're not going to have any lights to help flank, but their cav is going to pack a punch. I don't think you always have to bring heavies, but I do think it's wise to bring some lights if possible. I do hear some cav. Oh yeah, it is this. So France is going to use chasseurs cheval and try to outflank, but you can see a lot more cavs rushing over here. France is going to do terribly in this initial fight, but they're going to turn. Oh, Russia's turning. Can they? Oh my goodness. They are so winning. That was well played on Russia's part. They hit this chasseurs cheval, turned just in time, and hit the other chasseurs cheval. What a play. And France is lost 2 of their cav. Well played. My goodness. That was, the timing was perfect on that. So Saxony is not waiting for the French to get in position because France has some units over here, but they are obviously already moving up over here. And yeah, they seem to be already kind of getting in a good position. France is all on the line here. Howitzers popping in the back of this town. Saxony's pushing up with their cav. We do have Prussia also rushing some cav over. Maybe this can make some play here. Yes, they are. They're going in. Gotta do it in the life of a soldier again, I swear. Here we go. So, Hussars charging Hussars. I think Prussia's definitely not going to do as well, but here come more cav, and I think Prussia's trying to instigate something now, as there are chevaliers here ready to take on any the lights here, and they're gonna, yeah, they lost the initial cav fight, but they're gonna fall back here. Did put a dent in those Hussars, and actually they may cause France to attack when they shouldn't. The cav play is always important. Gosh, I swear I could do a whole video on cav play here. Now these guys are winded, these guys are active, so Prussia needs to be very careful here, as these dragoons could be too tired and they're going to get outflanked here. Hopefully the Saxon chevaliers are going to support here. And here we go, a pincer movement, but here comes Hussars to flank the dragoons of Prussia. But Chevaliers now rushing in, but watch out, here comes France with even more cav, more chasseurs cheval. Some carabiniers, though, going to really help keep this fight going here, but they may get surrounded too, and I'm kind of worried that Saxony's overextended themselves. France is going to do very well here. Although these heavies, France should have kept these cav here to like hit right there. Saxony's kind of holding their own, but I think that actually Saxony's going to not come out on top here. I think they're going to start losing here. I mean, the Cavaliers actually doing really well, and so their Chevaliers doing really well here. But they're going to get outflanked. The Chevaliers are going to break. These Carabiniers broke both of the French light cav, so now they are going to be able to rush over and maybe help out their Chevaliers. My goodness, Saxony is like 2v4, like 2 units versus 4 of the French, and they seem to be doing just fine here. This is impressive. They don't want to overcommit here. Lons the Brave trying to inspire his Jean-Baptiste Chasseur Cheval. But I would say this is definitely a huge win for the coalition thus far. All the Cav play has been just perfect. France is setting up here. Oh, we got the 198 Grenadier unit. My goodness, look at this. Oh, now I want to play this game. I gotta wait. Oh, man. So France has definitely lost. They have a lot of infantry still, but they have lost their Cav advantage. Saxony is up alone. They are just getting leveled by the artillery of France. Now we have an 8-pounder here. Excuse me, 2 8-pounders can make that very difficult. Russia actually squaring up against France. I'm surprised France isn't trying to push. I would push as France. Huge army, be really aggressive. France can afford to be aggressive here on this side. Over here, they definitely are in a bad way. Prussia has so many heavies. It's like revenge for, like, you know, them having Murat so many times. But Prussia is moving up. Actually, these armies seem to be working very well together. I think Saxony is going to lose. My prediction, Saxony is going to lose. This artillery is going to level them before they even get into a fight. Oh, the howitzers. The howitzers. So we have a French army inside this town. Another French army, which actually is advancing, so Russia is going to start falling back here. Looks like artillery is cracking down on the Russians, but Prussia is going to try to reinforce this side. They can hold if Prussia gets there. Oh man, look at this. They have artillery sitting right here. They got to use their weight. Chevalier is pushing up here. What can they do? Saxony is going to push up and start attacking, and actually they may have caught France out of position.
Our men are running, sir.
They broke one of them. Prussia's going to push up on the flank, so this could still be huge. But you can see we have Chevaliers who are going to go in. Little artillery firing at them, and we do have some Chasseurs Cheval who are going to charge in, try to counter this. These guys had a huge shock to the morale because of the artillery, so they're actually going to break. They did break the Chasseurs Cheval. They had another Cav unit to send up. Beautiful. Wow, look at the howitzers. You can see them way up here. Where are they going?
Our men are running, sir.
And Saxony's just going to start breaking here. That is unfortunate. So Russia and Prussia are going to be pushing on this side. Oh man, I'm really concerned about this fight. They need to push the flank and not even touch this area. They need to go this way. They have a lot of Cavs sitting way back here, which is going to force France to have infantry and Cavs sit in the back to defend their guns, which is pivotal to their success in this fight. And actually, sound. Actually, France is going to fall back here. Gonna fall back. Oh, we do have Russia pushing up here. Gonna charge the Chasseurs Cheval, so it's Hussars versus Chasseurs Cheval. These guys may be caught without being able to turn around in time. Yep, they're not gonna be able to get a good charge bonus. So they are gonna get hit. So the Cav play so far has been way better for the coalition. Now we do have a countercharge to Hussars. Saxony honestly should ignore this fight now and go for the guns, you know? Screw the mission, save your dudes over here. And actually, France is pushing out here. And I think they're beginning to realize maybe that there's nothing right here, but there is Russia right here with Prussia. The fight is getting down some regular volleys. France is going to start pushing up against Russia here along the side. We have artillery now setting up. 6-pounders going to give them a taste of their own medicine. And what I see being a good thing with this is that Prussia has so much Cav to defend their artillery position. I mean, they have some heavies pushing up in the back. Saxony has Cav pushing up in the back. France is a little bit in trouble. They can't just push for these guns. In fact, you can see there's infantry setting up in between the guns to defend them. So France is going to start losing on this left side. These 6-pounders are deadly at this range. You got skirms who probably should push back a little bit. Oh my gosh. So it begins. And France is going to depend on their army. Now they have a general advance here. Saxony's pushing up. They may need their cav to help support. Saxony's not going to do well against France. They are definitely going to need reinforcements. Now the artillery is going to have a tough time trying to get shots off without hitting their own guys here. But you see France is just getting toasted here. They did charge a square, so not sure what the idea is there, but here comes Saxony. Here comes Saxony. Over here, it looks like, oh, we do have Russia charging in. We have cav and line infantry, musketeers going in. Where's the grenadiers? Okay, they have the guard over there. Some dragoons charging in against France. These guys cannot form square, so they're just charging in anybody that cannot form square. We do have a general, Saxon general. This artillery, oh, they're going to charge the square with some fusiliers here, and I'm predicting this French line is going to start caving. Are they just going to stand here and, yeah, fire a volley at, like, close range? Yes, they are. Oh my gosh, his execution. And here comes Saxony. Look at this, look at this. Saxony's going to come in. These guys cannot form square. Well, these guys all can, but this side can't. Bayonet charge as France is breaking against the repeated dragoon and infantry charges of Russia. So France, this is not the thing that you want to see as France. Russia getting in close, bayonet charging, that is the worst thing that can happen. Now Prussia is having to defend as France is pushing out. In fact, over here, Saxony is getting majorly pushed here. They're going to probably have to try to use their cav. They have a lot of, oh no, the cuirassiers get shot by artillery, but they're going to have to use their cav on this side because Saxony is starting to just break. At the same time, though, they are just breaking on this side. They're just going to bayonet charge this square. I mean, it is grenadiers, so you may not want to. They're going to start breaking France repeatedly. You see the Carabiniers and Chevaliers just charging repeatedly in to the French line. At the same time, over here, you have Russia still going in for bayonet charges here. They have cav sitting in the back. There is no cav support for the French, and they are in a town now, so cav can't really be too supportive. Russia is now pushing forward all the infantry to push on this flank. We got cuirassiers hovering on the flank. Now these guys can form square, but Prussia's going to get really close here, try to push it against France. At the same time, we do have cuirassiers going in. Not all these guys can form square, so Saxony is going to, oh no. That was a good volley as they hit them. Look at this though, cuirassiers going in. These 6-pounders honestly can start pushing up. We do have a mass charge going to go against the French, who cannot form square in time, and these heavies are going to just chop them to pieces. France needs to fall back here. They need to totally fall back, even against Saxony. They need to reform, get close to their artillery. They have artillery they can fall back to because Russia is just crushing the French resistance here. France is falling back to the town. It's going to become a bloody town fight here. Over here, France is actually making a good stand. Russia is going to be starting to try to pour in some hot fire here, try to make them fall back inside the town. But these strong French columns are going to do well against Prussia. We do have a huge rout by France. France needs to fall back. Like, seriously, they need to fall back. Here, they need to fall back. Here, they need to fall back. They need to fall back to, like, this area right now. You see, they've already lost 5 units of Prussian line infantry. Oh, man, I love the zoomed out view. You can just... one of these times, I'm going to do a battle where there's no, like, tags. I'm going to do screenshot mode, just for the cinematic side of things. So you see France is still mass routing here. The cav infantry just keep pushing. Russia is just doing so well with their bayonet charges. We do have some cuirassiers. That's probably not a great place to charge in. Not a whole lot of room. You see most of the Cavs not even engaged. Prussia's actually having some routing, but they're going to do bayonet charge with some grenadiers here. And that's going to become deadly. They're in a shootout on this side. This is another huge turn where some cuirassiers going in once again. The heavy cap is really what is the saving grace for the coalition here. Oh my goodness, these cuirassiers should just rush back out. France is just getting turned. Put into a corner. Prussia is sending in some more. Oh no, that's Saxony sending in some cap to reinforce this side where Prussia infantry are fighting here. Saxony is getting so danger close here. Their artillery sitting right here. Look at that. They're just pouring in the flank. I think that France is going to die here. France has basically gotten separated here. They're fighting on two fronts. It's like, you know, World War I and World War II for Germany. You know, they're fighting, you know, they have the Western Front and the Eastern Front. And they can't hold both. As now the town is being taken by Prussia. Or Russia, sorry. Russia doesn't have the LOC necessarily. Yeah, they do. There's no one in there. They're pushing up and France is just falling back here. Actually, Prussia may start losing this fight.
Our men are running.
France hotly contesting that area. Their artillery has not really been able to do a whole lot for France. In fact, we have some bayonet charges going in on the flank as France is trying to hold back. And actually, Prussia had a huge rout, so they just got to be super cautious here. Prussia needs to be super careful. Got a bayonet charge here. Mass charge. I don't think that... Oh, it's freezing up. I don't... Oh my goodness. Look, all the men on this field in this one little area, it is just causing some freezing. And that's not even my computer. My computer's running smoothly. Just a lag of the game. So France is basically gone on this side. I mean, they have a couple units here, but Saxony is just making a short work of them, along with the heavies for Prussia. The only remains of a French army are over here. Artillery is probably going to now be the next target. You see some dragoons going to go in. We do have line infantry, but they cannot really form square here. Artillery has turned around and is trying to fire at them. Oh, we do have an LOC. Musketeers going to go in for it. So France actually really fighting, keeping men in the town, garrisoning the town, trying to stop them, and trying to fall back here. But Prussia and Saxony are just going to push this side. Still some men in melee. These cuirassiers are now going to break. So Prussia has basically expended most of their heavies. But, I mean, it's over. They used them well. France is gone on this side. There's, I see 3, 4 French units, 5, 6 French units left on this side. But Prussia's going to start pushing here. We have Skirms getting in a fight with some of the 100 infantry line. These guard are not even going in here yet. Prussia is getting shot to... Oh, no, why do I keep calling Prussia? Russia is getting shot to pieces as they're trying to charge in this town. They're going to lose heavily. Oh, the howitzers are blasting down on this position. France is going to try to hold here. LOC is still in their control here. But Prussia seems pretty fresh here. They still have some really heavy cav. Over here, it's just mass confusion still. I think the lines are starting to get drawn once and more. Saxony actually has a lot of infantry left. Wow. So Saxony's going to start pushing up once again. Prussia has several line infantry still. And you can see actually they are rushing up some of their infantry. These guys are trying to hurry up and get their men in position. Oh, the canister may break those musketeers, but it's not going to matter. They're going to get volleyed here. These brave artillerymen are probably not going to make it to another canister shot. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they're dead. So France is trying to collect themselves Not going to work very well. France over here holding desperately by the church. Holding this tree line, it looks like. They have some artillery still here, some line infantry. And their last solid line is along here. Russia is just pushing forward once again. Russia has done very well for himself, I will say that. Now, they have ignored this LLC for now. These guys are getting shot. And Russia needs to be really careful. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this wavering. I do think actually that Russia may have finally been stopped. But what a rampage they had to the town. What a rampage they had. And they have distracted so many French. Prussia and Saxony are just going to push up here, defeat the remaining French under Davout. We have the artillery of Russia still pouring in here. Dragoons have also gone in, trying to take out the artillery still. They're trying to stop this. France has stopped Russia, and actually France has some infantry way back here, so they can still hold here. But the French have enemy at their backs. But honestly, still anyone's game. Still anyone's game. They could easily turn this around. This guard unit is going to be very tough for the French to deal with. But Russia is basically gone, unfortunately. Now, they did take this LOC. Musketeers went in and took it. Prussia is going to use their artillery. They actually don't really need to engage here. I would say they should hold off a little bit and let this side play out. Oh my goodness. The howitzers going in here. All the generals sitting over here like, okay, let's see where we can muster up our troops here. Yeah, all the generals are in the center here. Saxony has more reserves. Prussia has more reserves. They have artillery that's probably going to start moving up here. And this tree line now being the defending place. We do have Duktorov with his infantry, last infantry. Trying to hold the line. These guys are probably going to break soon. They are breaking some more French, though. But you see France is actually starting to fall back because of Saxon's flank here.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
But now it is the last line of defense here. See, Prussia has their infantry as well as Saxony has their infantry just all over this. And France thankfully doesn't have Russia to worry about anymore, so they actually could easily try to hold.
We have killed their generals. Now they must
Oh,
pay.
artillery probably killed someone. Who did they kill? This artillery is going to for now, this artillery now will prove very useful here. Oh, Ajuro is dead as well, I do believe. Prussia is holding off for a second, but they're going to start pushing up here as this is the final defense here. And Saxony maybe holding off and waiting for them. The position now seems to be France holding a line with their artillery. Now, there could be a flank. I do believe artillery is going to start pushing up here. Some over here as well. We do have some infantry sitting up here from Saxon infantry. This cav should shift around. They should go through the buildings and shift around, coming behind this army, because they're going to need it. They're going to start shifting over here, fighting in the tree line. We have one line infantry holding this flank, but Prussia's going to start pushing for this weakened flank. You can see, basically, this is pretty smart. They're shifting troops, having them hold by this wall, although, watch out, you're killing your own men. Yikes. These poor guys did not deserve to be flung across the wall. They're going to fall back here as their artillery is going to start trying their best. Howitzers blasting him, but France is going to try holding here. Ooh, we do have some artillery here. What? They're going to start pushing up here. These French are not limbered up. Maybe they got forgotten. Maybe they got stuck. I don't know. But Prussia is now going to start tightening the band of steel around. Oh, we do have Russia who came back here. But Prussia's going to start pushing up here. They're going to try to hold by this wall. Artillery going to try to even the odds once again, but Prussia is just being relentless. Fight by the grove here. They gotta push up here. Artillery's actually getting a good shot just because of this hill, actually. But France is going to have to try to hold this right side here. Oh, the howitzers are just... If anything, they're just causing some morale problems. Prussia's not even pushing up here. They're distracting all this army, barely firing. And Prussia is just pushing up over here. See, actually just shooting down these 4-pounders. Oh my goodness, the artillery here. And half the battle is left, guys. I think that Prussia can definitely win this. Oh, do we have a bayonet charge here? Yes, we do. Let us catch the nitty-gritty. I think France is determined to try to drive back the Prussians here. And maybe it's going to work as Prussia's, you see actually Prussia's falling back on this side. This shooting match maybe is about to end. Now France is going full in. But Prussia's actually going to countercharge with some of their grenadiers. Huge unit, 117 men. Saxony looks like they actually did a countercharge here. They have some grenadiers that are going to go help back up the musketeers, and they even did a countercharge here. Oh, the howitzers going in, and they're going to do a flanking charge on France here. Big play after sitting for so long. These grenadiers actually lost big time. But every French unit that like breaks is just way less for the French. Now Davout's going to come up here and try to inspire his men. Huge French movement. Now the artillery is going to help try to drive them back. They have a perfect vantage point. Saxony needs to drop their 8-pounder and start firing here. We do have a counter charge. Prussia trying to hold back here. This is still getting pretty close, guys. Very close. Prussia is pushing up here, though. Oh, they're in the back lines. Go for the guns. And the Prussians are behind the French now. They actually have some of the high ground. They can charge this, use this, and just sit there and fire. But Prussia's actually pretty much gone on this side. Like I said, they have a couple units here, but oh, the Cuirassiers is probably gonna make some plays. This hill fight. France is holding this hill. In fact, you can see they just executed tons of the Prussians here, but then Grenadiers are now going to go in as this infantry absorb the shots. The Cuirassiers are going to start pushing up here. The Prussians have taken this small area. Russia's even back in the fight here, charging against some artillery crews. So Prussia has this. Now Saxony is getting just full charged here as Prussia's going to start pushing down this hill. Oh man, Prussians are behind them. Look at how bad this is. Prussia's behind them. France is getting charged by Cuirassiers. They have some units back here, and Russia's going to start pushing up here as we have 2 units now fighting against them. Prussia had a huge mass rout, but their cav is still in this. Saxony, I think, has broken, but Prussia is going to start sweeping around the flanks, so it's still pretty close. But France just routed.
Our men are running.
And these Cuirassiers are probably just going to throw themselves at this infantry in the back, as Russia's is going to push up with what's left of their infantry. We got Ajuro finally going in for a fight, getting shot by Prussians, and he's dead. Cuirassiers going for French infantry. I believe Prussia, yeah, they broke the cav, but now this infantry pushing up, and more cav. Garde du Corps, is that what I saw? Garde du Corps, yeah. Oh, more infantry. It's just all-out brawl, guys. There's no real order to this fight anymore. But I do believe that Prussia definitely has the upper hand here. Russia's pushing up here. Bayonet charge going in here. They are wavering as they're getting shot from the LOC. The French have such good LOC advantage at this point, but there are more LOCs than just these two. So long as Prussia takes all the other ones, they'll be fine. And they have some time to do that. Prussia is going to basically chip away at the last units of France and cause them to break. So, looking at this fight, Eylau has mostly been taken. I mean, they have 2 of the 4 LOCs, so it's anyone's game at this point. Russia is gone. They tried going in, trying to reattack. So I guess we'll see. I don't know if Prussia's actually going to go. They may try to just bombard the LOCs, but France may just try to hold it. So I'm going to fast forward here. If nothing happens until the end, then I'll just skip to the results, making sure, of course, to establish who wins by LOC. Because, like I said, there's 1 LOC taken here, another one here. If you look at the map, I think everyone's worth 1 point. There's plenty of other LOCs, you know, to take. There's all these all around, and definitely Prussia has, you know, the ability to take those. Now, they are just kind of sitting, they're bringing up their artillery. Like I said, they're probably just going to bombard them and go from there. So we'll skip, unless something happens, we'll just skip ahead. All right, guys, so we do have some towns garrisoned, and musketeers and grenadiers went in for the house, able to seize this one. The last one is kind of being point-blank fired upon by the Prussians. Just set up here. See the howitzers are going in. Artillery just blasting it away. 35%, I mean, 113 men are bravely defending this one LOC here. And they are getting shot to pieces. Look at this drummer. He's like all by himself. He's like, I didn't sign up for this. Most of the men, unfortunately, seem to be bugged out right here. Not able to really fire. But I think we may have a charge. No. Maybe. I'm just going to, like I said, skip to the end. At this point, it's going to be an LOC victory for the coalition. It was well played on both sides. I think the deciding factor for this fight was the Cav. Prussia and Russia and Saxony just had the Cav advantage here. They were able to just capitalize on that Cav and just get around the French. And the French infantry were unable to really do anything about how many heavies. They had no heavies, I don't think, at all. Murat would have been well used in this battle, which we've seen in previous battles, this same map. So they're just going to try to shoot this house down. 110 men left. Howitzers. Oh, got a really good hit here, and this... Yeah, now it's over. Actually, interestingly enough, just as I'm saying that, I think it's over. Yep, and like I said, this one was sent in by Anderson playing as Saxony, so thank you for that, Anderson. The kill's actually pretty good on both sides here. This Prussian player, I'm assuming, is the one on this far right side. They did really well. Almost 3,000 kills, dang. You can see the Cav did really well in this battle. Infantry aren't going to do as well, of course. But, you know, Saxony infantry, that's not what they're meant for. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for joining me. That is all for today. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.